Welcome to the Withering Effect, episode 182, live from our server. Today's date is Saturday the 28th of September, and I'm Carl, or Carl writes, he's Duds or Duds Versus, and today we're going to give our thoughts on everything announced during Minecraft Live 2024. How are we feeling, Duds? Are we feeling great about the hour of technical difficulties we just had?
I'm feeling a little bit gypped because you were like, Dud said the line so poorly, I'm going to say both lines.
I am so out of whack. Like,
Carl really is. We've had nothing go right in the past day.
yeah.
So,
Like, everything was broken. I fixed it like 2 minutes ago by a workaround that's like the most janky thing in the world. And I have no notes because I watched Minecraft Live. I took screenshots. I was going to write notes for them. Then I opened my software for the live stream and went, nothing is working. So,
not to mention the server which we're recording on also was not working.
oh yeah, that was just randomly turned off as well. So, it's been a thing. Where would you like to start? With
Well, that's up to you. How much of a normal show are we going to do here? We haven't even had a chance to talk about how we're going to record the show because we've done nothing but troubleshoot for the last hour and 20 minutes.
Basically, this live stream file is the show.
Yes.
So
I don't have a backup recording going or nothing.
Whatever comes out of this.
I didn't know we were starting. Carl had hit the record button. And I'm just like, well, this is funny. This is messing up. And Carl's like, shut up.
Because what usually happens is when I have my software that usually works is I have several inputs so I can like mute Duds even if he's talking. And I can't do that right now. So it's a thing. So
yeah.
Let's start.
Well, and like even on normal episodes, I'm always the one that does the countdown and go.
Yeah. And because he can't hear the music at the start, I had to do it. It's an entire thing.
Yeah.
We're having a great time. Should we start with the first game drop, which is Bundles and Bravery, I think it was called.
Well, hang on. Let's start with the new way Minecraft Live updates are going to go. Well, let's start with just the name. That's the other thing. I titled our stage Minecraft Live ?
Yeah.
Because it's pre-recorded. I'm pretty sure the last couple years were also pre-recorded, and they just pre-recorded different bits depending on which mob moved on to the next round, and would kind of throw some tweets up there real quick. But I'm pretty sure all the segments were obviously pre-recorded, which is fine. I have no problem with that. That's not. You got to change the name though. You've changed the name like 6 times. You got to take live out of there.
Yeah.
It's no longer live.
I kind of like the way they did it though.
I had no problem with the show this season this year. It was very right down to the point, no filler, no cringe and everything.
Fluff. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, no fluff.
Yeah.
It was to the point and it was good. I liked the show this year. I didn't like the update, but we'll get to that.
When do you ever like the update?
No, I'm going to hold my thing to when we discuss the update. Okay. But yeah. So what was before Bundles I was going to say? Oh, yeah, we're going to have multiple small releases throughout the year. Which I actually liked that idea. Yeah. It means we got new things more often. And I'm all for that. I think they announced they were going to do this years ago and then just didn't do it.
Yeah.
And now finally it looks like they're going to do it.
From what I can tell.
At least I hope they're going to do it.
Yeah, from what I can tell, how they're going to do it is they're going to have a Minecraft Live every 6 months. And they're going to announce 2 great game drops. So like 1 every 3 months. So that makes sense. You announce the 2 that are coming up, you release them, then you have another Minecraft Live announcing the other 2 and then release them. I think that makes a lot of sense. if that's the way it ends up working. That's how I interpreted it. Because at this one, they announced 2 drops. One that's coming out imminently, and one that's coming out in a few months. And then in 6 months' time, there'll be another Minecraft Live, and that will hopefully announce 2 more game drops. I think that's how it's going to work.
Yes.
So I'm on board with that. I think that's quite a good way of doing it. And I liked everyone's doing this now. They're going from like live in-person like events to these sort of pre-recorded kind of like videos now. They're all doing it. And I think it works actually quite well. I kind of enjoyed the show this year. I thought it was pretty good in terms of production value. A lot better than the start of this podcast. Although we still have a studio, so, you know.
This is true.
They don't. They got rid of theirs.
The only cringe thing from the episode was I didn't have to see all these people working, quote unquote.
Yeah, it was sort of
in between the little transitions.
It was sort of like it was a little transition, wasn't it, to go from the different speakers. Yeah. It was all right. It was all right. You know, they were like throwing like stuff into a pretend lava bucket and all that kind of stuff. It was fine.
Yeah. But yeah, Bundles of Bravery.
Yep.
Why we needed such a long segment on that. And see, this comes from a Java player.
Yeah.
They're like, Bundles of Bravery is a new game drop. No, Bundles has been around for Java players for years now.
And it's
Bundles aren't a new thing. So to me, that doesn't count as a new thing for us. The most we get is we can color them now. No one uses bundles in Java unless you get a data pack to change the texture into something cool and use it.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, we've talked about bundles not being the inventory update we all wanted.
Correct.
But I think they're right in what they say about how it will help, like in the early game when you're collecting like 2 of everything.
Well, with the new recipe, they're not as bad.
Yeah.
The rabbit hide was absolutely horrible early game because if you didn't have a carrot, it was hard to kill rabbits.
Yeah, and now you can use leather, I'm assuming. I don't remember. Yeah.
I think it's 1 string, 1 leather.
Okay, so kill a spider, kill a cow, and you've got what you need. Yeah. Yeah, when it was... You're right, when it was rabbit hide, it didn't make any sense whatsoever. I did find something interesting at the start and the end of the show, though. Where it said, game footage includes work in progress materials and early builds. It is all subject to change, ! I think they've been burnt by fireflies.
Yeah.
So they've got so many disclaimers all the way through this video. It's quite amusing.
But I don't know how any of the stuff they showed could be changed in update.
Yeah. We'll talk later on because about something to do with fireflies, but we'll get to that.
So Minecraft Experience.
Yeah.
New thing opening up in Dallas and stuff. It's kind of, I don't want to say VR, but it's a VR experience without the VR headset where they're projecting things on the wall and you have to defeat mobs and stuff. They didn't really go into much about how it worked or anything, but I definitely just said, that's not for me.
Yeah.
And kind of tuned out.
It looks like it has like cubes that you like use to interact with the game with. That the people are holding. We had this at university when I was doing my course. Like we had a room like that where it had like 360 projection on it, and you had items within the room that were like monitored by cameras of you using them. And it was actually really cool. I actually really like the look of the Minecraft experience. I think it could be quite fun. I doubt it will come to the UK anytime soon. Like they're testing it in one state in America, and then it'll probably roll out across America. But to come to Europe, it's probably going to take even longer. But I would be interested in trying it out.
They chose Dallas, which is a weird location to start with.
Yeah, I was like, Dallas. It's like it's not really one that
Like
you
Dallas
think
is
is.
well, I mean, Dallas is a very large city. Don't get me wrong, and the population surrounding it is good and him. But I would assume they'd want to put that somewhere as like a travel destination, so
Yeah.
you can get more than just locals showing up. And
Hmm.
Dallas really isn't a vacation spot,
Yeah,
so
that's fair. Yeah, but yeah, I think that it's an interesting. Um, it looks like an interesting environment. I think once you're in there and like all the lights are off and everything, I think it actually looked really impressive in person because they do those screens. They look really good in person. They
yeah,
don't seeing it through cameras. It doesn't do it justice. You really have to be there for it to
right.
make any kind of sense. Um, it's like when we used to do it, like when you're in the room with the projectors and stuff, it really like pops. But when you view it back through the cameras, it looks terrible.
Hmm.
And I think that's kind of what the
Yeah.
problem they had there was it was being shown on a screen rather than in person. So I think
Hmm.
it's probably not for you anyway, but like anyone listening, like
Yeah.
if you think that that's kind of fun but looks a bit rubbish on the stream in person, those projection walls look a lot better in person.
Well, I'm about to be more of a downer. I'm going to be a downer a lot this episode, and I don't want to be because I'm actually really getting into enjoying Minecraft again.
Mm-hmm.
But the experience reminds me of a lot of amusement park. Disney's been doing this a lot lately,
Yeah.
where they are removing their animatronics and they're putting projection walls up,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just basically you're riding around looking at walls and TV screens the entire ride.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always gone, that's such a lazy mechanism.
It's a
Now,
lot
obviously,
cheaper.
the Minecraft experience has sets built up a little bit, and
Mm-hmm.
they may not have a huge budget. So it's perfectly understandable to go with that and everything like that. But a lot of like amusement park people call those kinds of experiences filler rides.
Yeah.
So like you're only getting in there if everything is too long and you need a break from the heat so you can go inside in some cool air conditioning or if it's raining or anything. They're filler rides. They're not an attraction. You don't go to experience that. And again, that ties into why Dallas.
Yeah.
Like people aren't going to go to Dallas just for this. So
Mm-hmm.
I would have put it somewhere in like Anaheim or San Diego or Florida or something like that, somewhere
Yeah.
where there's already destinations to go to, and then
Uh-huh.
you're like, oh well, let's also go do this.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I hope it does well. I'd like to try it myself in the UK.
I'd like to
So
see, I'd like to see something like this at a con. Like, let's
yeah.
bring back a Minecon and have this be one of the big things at there.
Yeah.
I think that would be amazing.
That'd be so cool. That's not
Yeah.
happening.
No.
That's never happening again.
No.
But we can live in hope, can't we? We can live in hope.
Yeah.
What do we want to
The
cover
other thing
next?
they talked about,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not going to be a downer about,
Oh.
is they did some behind the scenes of a Minecraft movie.
Yes.
I thought the behind the scenes were better than the trailer.
Yes.
The trailer made that movie look bad. The
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes made it look good.
Yeah, they even showed them all playing Minecraft together as well on
Hmm.
laptops together.
Well, and it explained the Jason Momoa crafting table mishap where he created buckets and why
Yep.
it was there. And it was played as a joke,
Yep.
but the trailer didn't play it as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they explained why they used the hammer. I still don't agree with it because you don't use the hammer in Minecraft, but there's an explanation now, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it makes sense when they explained it why they did that. They just wanted it to kind of be a kind of impact kind of thing. Like we're
Yeah,
crafting, done. And the fact that they
yeah,
explained why it's called a Minecraft movie, not the Minecraft movie, because it's a story in Minecraft, not the story. I think that makes
Right.
a lot of sense as well, because people were saying, why is it called a Minecraft movie? And how they
Yeah.
explained that,
Well,
I really liked as well.
we kind of hinted at it. We kind of figured that's why they were calling it
Yeah.
a Minecraft movie, not the Minecraft
Yeah.
movie. But did you notice the director looked more like Steve than Jack Black did?
Yes, he did.
I'm just putting it out there. If that director wants to fill in and play Steve,
Yep.
he's got my vote.
No, they
No,
need Jack Black on the old posters, don't they?
yeah, I liked a lot of the set pieces. I don't like the crafting table per se, just because the grid on top looks like just a placemat. I would have liked to see some indentions and stuff and pieces
Yeah.
slide into those slots. But that's a very nitpicky thing. I still don't like the trees. I don't know who designed the trees, but I don't like the trees. Someone said somewhere that they pulled a lot of their design stuff from Legends,
Yeah.
which is why I don't recognize any of this stuff, and why most people won't because nobody played Legends. And that kind of is a little irritating. It's like, but when you think about it, they designed dungeons when they were doing the Nether update. So they were probably designing this movie when they were doing Minecraft Legends.
Yeah.
So they had assumed it was probably going to be as big as Dungeons was, and it just wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I will say, though, I stand by what I said in our Minecraft movie episode. The interiors look amazing. The
Yes, they do. We got
furnaces,
more scenes of the interiors.
the lecterns are in there. It looks so
If there
good.
was a Minecraft experience where you could just walk through the sets of that movie, I would pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's fly to New Zealand. Hopefully they're still
Hey,
up.
I have on my bucket list to do some overlanding through New Zealand and Australia. I would love to do that.
Yeah, that'd be...
Can I afford it? No.
No. But yeah, the more shots that they've shown, they showed some of the bookcases with like potions and books on as well, and the spyglass.
Yeah.
So good. So
Yes. There is an attention to detail. It's just that some of the details they chose, I don't like.
This has made me more hopeful for the movie than I was at the start.
Same here.
Yeah. And if you go back to that episode, guys, I was quite more critical than Duds was about the teaser trailer. But this has made me have a lot more confidence in this movie than I did before.
It's bad that the best thing I got out of Minecraft Live this year was the movie doesn't look as bad as I thought.
Well, it's a positive at the end of the day.
Yes.
So, little wins and stuff. They had like racks of like swords that look pretty cool as well.
The sword and axe designs are starting to grow on me more. I wasn't a big fan of them at first, but the more I look at them, I go, you know what? I'd kind of like to see what that looks like in Minecraft.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a resource pack out there already for it.
Probably. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, and Vu did say that they're still editing the movie.
Yeah.
So they're still working on it. So there's room for the sheep to be improved, hopefully, and things like that.
Yeah. Like I said, there's some design aspects I don't agree with. But at least those behind the scenes showed me like, hey, there are some things that they really took to heart.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm more hopeful. Hopefully, we'll see a much better movie. If they take on the feedback that came from not just us, but a lot of creators had very similar feedback on parts of the movie. So hopefully they take that on board during editing and work on it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They explained why Jason Momoa's character Garrett looks the way he does. And thank God they did, because now it makes complete and total sense.
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, why wasn't that put in the trailer somewhere? Like, granted, it was a teaser trailer, so they don't have a lot of time, but
there was a lot of context missing from a lot of the scenes in the teaser trailer.
Yeah,
that we now have the context for.
Yeah, I think the teaser trailer was put together by someone who has been staring at this movie for a while, editing it. So those scenes made sense to that person putting it together.
Yeah.
But they didn't realize to someone who hasn't been seeing this stuff for the last 6 months, none of it made sense.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so that's Minecraft Experience. That's the Minecraft movie covered. What do we want to do next?
Well, there's only one thing left. It wasn't a very long Minecraft Live.
That's true.
I think it was 30 minutes.
Yeah. I think there's some stuff at the start, but yeah, the actual context was like 30 minutes worth of stuff. So.
I think I was timing it. They spent 15 minutes on bundles.
Yeah.
Or not 15, maybe 10. Either way, it felt like 30.
The hardcore in Bedrock as well.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. The whole Bundles and Bravery, that's a Bedrock drop. That's
Pretty
not
much,
a Java thing.
Yeah.
And see, that's why you can't count that as, well, that's 2 drops so far this year. No, you did 1.5.
1.5. Well, you know.
Yeah. And really, this one is kind of a half too. I'm dragging them through the coals on this one.
I feel like I'm gonna be less.
But anyways, should we talk about the main thing?
I'll tell you what we'll do first. We'll go to Jimbo, who's going to tell you guys how you can get a discount on your own Minecraft server from Bisect Hosting.
That's right, guys. We still got Jimbo's voice here.
You can get a discount on your own Minecraft server through our partnership with Bisect Hosting, offering our community 25% off any game server for their first month. This is for new clients only. Visit bisecthosting.com/TWE and use the code TWE at checkout to receive the discount.
And we're back. Right.
I'm still waiting for the day Jimbo comes back and goes, "Are you guys still using that?"
He signed a release form. Probably.
Somewhere.
Right, the main event. Because we don't have polls either, because I didn't have time to fix those. So,
yeah,
let's roll.
So let's start with the leaks, because all of this was leaked.
Yes,
all of it, because there's not a lot of it. I'm saying that with a giant smile on my face because there's no other way to feel. Yeah, so they got leaked by Mojang themselves.
Yeah, on the website.
Yeah, not really paying attention. Now, a lot of the looks didn't get leaked. Just what they call it, the Pale Gardens and the Creaking. That's the big thing that got kind of leaked. I think actually most of Minecraft Live got leaked, but I stopped. Anytime someone said leak, I immediately didn't go near it because I didn't want to get spoiled.
Do you think they did it on purpose?
Maybe
companies
it would be dumb
that.
for them to do that.
Companies do that these days, where they leak stuff in advance so they get more news cycle.
But why?
I don't know.
Nothing they leaked was exciting.
Yeah.
Nothing they showed was exciting.
Yeah. I just don't know whether it was done by accident, like someone had pushed a Minecraft.net update to production from dev on the web server, or whether it was done intentionally to get, eyes on it and news cycle on it. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, all I know is I saw a tweet from Nimbom saying not to believe the leaks and stuff like that, only to see that the leaks were 100% true.
Yeah.
So that kind of upsets me. I've lost a lot of trust there. It's like, come on, you could have just said nothing.
Yeah, saying nothing would have been better than lying.
Yeah,
because you clearly knew what was coming. So
Yeah. But yeah, so the leaks happened, and we have the Pale Gardens as a new biome which is just desaturated dark oak forest.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I was disappointed in the biome itself in terms of the fact that it's not like a new tree.
Mhm.
We'll get to what it is, kind of a new tree. We'll get to that, but but it doesn't look like a new tree. Is what I'm saying. Like
I mean,
I expected it's just I don't know. You know what it looks like from above? A basalt
dark oak
delta.
tree. Oh yeah, no. I get where you're going at
Yeah, that's as soon as I saw that come up, I'm like, why is there a basalt delta in the overworld?
that. Yeah. I really liked the Spanish moss.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they're calling it now, but as a Floridian, Spanish moss is everywhere.
Yeah. Fair.
So that was a very cool way to remind me of home.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, can we snip it like with shears
I'm not
to stop it from growing everywhere?
sure.
They didn't show us.
Yeah.
They didn't tell us.
Yeah. So I'm not too sure on that one.
Yeah. It contains the pale oak, which is going to be white wood, and it looks good. I like the white wood.
I'm so happy. Right. So let's Carl have his moment here. Okay. So I am a modern builder, as most people are aware who listen to this show. And for so long, I've seen them come out with varying degrees of brown and varying degrees of pink for some reason, from crimson to cherry and all that kind of stuff. And all I've wanted is some wood types that we can use properly in modern builds. Those are white and gunmetal grey. We have half of that now.
I love some gunmetal grey.
If they bring gunmetal grey in one of the future drops,
Well,
I will be so happy.
I think Tough is going to get pretty close to that gunmetal grey.
Yeah, definitely.
But you obviously haven't been able to play a lot with it yet.
Yeah, because our create server's on 120.1. This is on 120.1 currently. And
Okay, so Carl just spoiled that. Hey guys, we're playing Create now.
I thought we talked about. Oh, was that in a Patreon show?
Yes.
Oops. I blame streamer brain.
Yeah, so look out for that. My first episode should release next week.
Nice.
Flaz has already been playing and posting on the server because he's a live streamer. Doesn't really do videos. So if you were paying attention to Flaz and stuff, which you should be, and I just dropped something, hang on. If you haven't been watching Flaz, go watch Flaz.
Yep, definitely. I don't know. Is aubni doing anything from the server?
He is, but not yet.
Spoilers.
He's still working on his single player.
He's saying
server.
He's saying spoilers in the live chat. Yeah. Well, it's live, so that happens.
Yeah. If it wasn't for aubni, I'd be struggling so bad right now.
He's a great teacher, and he's very patient with us, even though we're all idiots.
Yes. We were building an iron farm last night, and I just sat there like, I don't know what's next. He's like, just put the gear here. I didn't realize that you were actually live streaming this, by the way. I'm over here looking into the stage like, hey, where's everyone talking from? And it's in the live stream.
He doesn't read any of the stuff on the announcements channel, guys. Duds just turns up and I produce it. So it's fine. Everything's fine. Talking of streaming, let's just do this now. We're going to be streaming a live episode with our good friends at Inside MC from Cubed on Sunday, the 6th of October at 4 p.m. BST. That's UK time, so work out your own times from that. And Cubed will be...
struggles with time zones.
I struggle with time zones. I'm not getting involved. You work that out for yourselves. And they will be streaming our panel on their Twitch channel. So I'll be linking out to that during the week. We've got confirmation on that now, so yeah, we're looking forward to that, definitely. And it means I don't have to do all this button pressing. That's their problem.
Yeah, we got the main stages this year.
Yeah, so I'm excited, and we'll post obviously the audio from that as soon as we can afterwards as well to our audio listeners, just like we will with this show. Yeah, so that's all the streamy stuff, and yeah, Whitewood, very excited.
Yeah, Whitewood, big thing, love it. I especially love the door texture.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that door texture.
Yeah, it's gonna go so well with like, I think they're showing like polished calcite in one of the frames with it. That looks so good as well. I'm really excited. I don't care about a massive drop. We're never getting an end update, guys.
Nope.
That's not happening.
I thought it was hilarious when people saw the Pale Gardens and said, "Oh, it's going to be in the end." I went, "What part of that makes you think it's going to be in the end?"
Yeah. It's yeah, people are just wishful thinking, I think. And I did that for a while. But now they've gone to this 2 Minecraft lives a year, they've gone to these small drops. We're never gonna get something as big as the Never Update or Caves and Cliffs again. I think they've sort of settled on the dimensions as they are now, and they will just add a biome maybe to the end one day. You know, like they just did here with the Pale Gardens. They might do that, but they're not going to fundamentally change the way it works. That's not on the cards anymore.
No. I guess we need to talk about the new mob.
Yes.
The Creaking, which was leaked.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a mob that spawns from a tree.
Yeah.
At least, I don't know how it spawned. It looks like it just kind of poofed in there.
Yeah, so it looks like, I'm guessing how it will actually work is sort of like the Warden does, where the Warden comes out of the ground, but this will probably slide out of a tree. I'm assuming.
Will it though? Why wasn't that animation already in the?
Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking about how they've done stuff recently.
What you're saying makes sense, and God forbid they need to make it climb out of the tree.
Yeah.
With how little is in this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we got the Creaking, and it's a mob that attacks you if you're not looking at it. I'm looking at you, ghosts from Mario. That's literally what this is.
Yeah.
It is a cool design, though. I really like the way it looks.
Mm-hmm.
The sound design is really good, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of another annoying mob, though. Like, it so far, it's not bringing anything to the game other than being annoying.
It's a different way of dealing with a mob, though, isn't it? You know, you don't just go up to it and hit it like you do with other mobs. You have to actually break its heart that's inside one of the trees.
Yeah, to explain a little bit better, so the mob itself doesn't take damage. Mm-hmm. You hit it, and these particles come off of it and lead you to its heart, quote unquote, which is stuck in a tree somewhere between 2 pale oak logs. And if you destroy the heart, the mob disappears. Or if you silk touch the heart, you kind of capture the mob in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can replace the heart in between 2 different pale oak things, or oak logs, and it will respawn at nighttime.
Yeah. Yeah, so Aubni was saying in the chat, it's easy to avoid because it only comes out at night.
Correct.
So as long as you sleep, you'll have to deal with it.
Well, that's what people said about the Phantom.
I think this is a very different time. Mojang have learnt from that, I would suspect.
I'm just saying.
I would hope.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't have any drops, so we don't know if it's farmable or worth farming. Basically, you're gonna have people go to the Pale Gardens or whatever at daytime, chop their trees down.
Yep.
By the way, we didn't see any saplings.
True.
So, oh no, we did see a sapling. They just didn't show a sapling.
Oh, okay.
In the village that was built,
Mm-hmm.
where they had somebody else build a village using the wood.
Mm-hmm.
They glanced down at a sapling.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So it's there. So the trees are farmable. But yeah, you're gonna have someone go there, get all the Spanish moss they want and the pale oak and some saplings, and then they're gonna go away.
True.
Never to go back again.
Kind of with all biomes, really.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people building in that biome.
Mm-hmm.
Like the biggest complaint I hear a lot is, well, the saturation in this biome's not as good as the saturation in that biome. That's why a lot of people choose the jungle biome
Mm-hmm.
and tear all the trees down and build there, because the saturation's great in there. And that's why a lot of people don't build in swamps, because the saturation's horrible there.
I was gonna say it feels a bit like swamp.
It would make sense to put one of these near a swamp.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It kind of
But
gives
they
me
just
that
did a
vibe.
swamp biome.
Yeah. Yeah, with the mangrove.
Hmm?
With the mangrove. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just happy I've got white planks. I'm easily pleased.
Yeah, no, it's a great wood. That's for sure. But I mean, that comes to my biggest gripe of this whole thing. When it ended, I literally went, "Is that all? Did I wait a year for that?"
I guess because it's the first one of this new format, it is going to feel like that. But I think when they're coming a bit more regularly, I feel like it would feel a bit less.
Onesie, and here's my fix.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of this, they said you get to play it in a couple months with the snapshot.
Mm-hmm.
We get to play large updates in a couple months after live in snapshots. This is like the tiniest update I've ever seen. Why can it not go? Why is it not live now? Why do you not have snapshot? Like, if you would have ended the show with, "Hey, go try it now" in our first snapshot. It's not like this is a massive update with a ton of mechanics going on that you have to get right for Bedrock and Java. It's very much a reskin with a new mob. Have it live now so people can play with it on a snapshot, and that would make perfect sense. It's like, okay, it's so small because they wanted to go ahead and get this small cycle going and not people waiting. Instead, people are waiting and it's small.
Yeah, I'm I'm sort of willing to give them the benefit of the doubt on this one. I feel like if we come to the next one in 6 months' time and it's the same kind of vibe, I'll be on board with what you're saying. But I feel like with this being the first one of this new sort of way of doing things, I feel like
and
give them the benefit of the doubt on this one.
and
It's not
that's
something I do
fine.
with Mojang that often.
Then the next drop may be amazing and have a lot of cool stuff in it, and this will all be forgotten. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But when you're a company who gets joked about not doing a lot of work, and this is the update that you put out, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Mojang doesn't do work. I know they do work, but that's the running joke.
Yeah.
Aubni's talking about, he says they think it would be very soon with snapshots and released in a couple months. That may be true too, but I don't understand why it would take long to put this out there. Like, it just doesn't seem like that's that hard to me.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm like I say, I'm willing to let them ease into this new way of doing things and see what happens from that. There was one
I don't
thing
know how Carl turned into the nice guy here.
because
What
they
the
gave
heck?
me white wood duds.
Okay, that's all it took.
If there was no white wood, I'd be on fire right now with annoyance.
I know the real reason I'm like this though. Is because we just started playing Create, and I see the potential. Create is the future.
Yeah.
Like, it is so immersive and amazing and brings so much new life to the game, and it feels vanilla.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It feels it.
Even like the new blocks that are in Create are lovely as well. They're so nice. Like the new I can't think of any of the names off the top of my head, but like all the the extra blocks and the extra ores and stuff that are in Create really add another layer to it. And yeah, I haven't done much with it. You know, I've only done basics with it so far, but because it's such a complicated system to learn, like you've got to do the andesite alloy to make certain things, and then you've got to make other things from that, and then make a box for it and stuff. So there's so much to it that
the guidebook is very good at telling you how to make certain things.
But it's just a lot of steps.
Yes. And I kind of feel Minecraft should look to that though.
Yeah.
To do things. And I thought they were leading that way with the auto crafter. I was like, okay, now we're finally getting into some of this multi-tier processing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This update compared to this, and I really shouldn't compare it to Create, but it just feels like a step back.
One thing I did like that you probably didn't was villager news.
No, I love villager news.
Really? Okay, I thought you were gonna be like, no, it's filler.
No, villager news is that's one of the first Minecraft YouTube channels I saw. I was watching that before I knew what the game was.
Right, okay.
I thought it was just a funny cartoon online.
Yeah, the villager news thing was better than the movie looks.
Yes. And it always has, but villager news takes those guys so long to put out episodes.
It's Warner Brothers. They've got time.
I know. Well, I don't want the villager news people to be overworked because they put out great stuff, and they've already kind of stressed about hey, we know it takes us too long to do this stuff. We're trying to be faster.
I loved it. I was like, this is awesome. Do the whole event like this. It's great. So I thought it was, we got some good stuff out of this though. We got more info on a Minecraft movie and why it is how it is. We got bundles finally coming out of experimental. We got hardcore in Bedrock. We got our new Pale Gardens. We got our new Whitewood. We got our Creaking. We got our, what are they called, Spanish moss things.
They don't call it Spanish moss, but that's what it is. That's
what it is, yeah. And we got a lot of disclaimers about how this is all not thingy. And we got, obviously, Minecraft Experience as well. I was all right with it. There was not filler. There was no nonsense. There was no, where they went off and talked about Block Bench for 45 minutes like they did a few years ago. I'm kind of sad the studio's gone, but it lives here on the Withering Effect server in our live streams. Because this is based on their old studio, this set that I made. So I'm kind of sad that's gone, but I kind of like these sort of fiery, sort of punchy videos that companies are doing now for their events. So
yeah, well, like I said, the whole experience with the video I felt was good. This was a lot more an enjoyable live experience. Except stop calling it live. It's not live. But it's just the update so underwhelming for the time frame. And I get they were working on 121. They weren't working on this. They probably just started working on this recently.
Yeah.
But like I said, if they were to come out and say, hey, today is snapshot number 1, go test it out, I wouldn't have the same complaint. I'd be like, okay, this is a new cycle. But I may have misheard, but I'm pretty sure I heard snapshots coming in the months ahead.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that because I don't remember.
Yeah, if the first snapshot doesn't come out till the end of October, nah, you done messed up. Because we all know, in the middle of November, Mojang goes on vacation till January.
True, yeah. That's probably why it's small. They're like, we're going to take our January off.
I have a feeling that they're going to try to make sure this drops completely released right before the holiday break.
Yeah. There is one thing that they didn't clarify, which is, how is this going to be numbered?
Yeah.
They didn't say this is 122 or this is 121.5 and 0.6, or they didn't say. I know they called them game drops, but are they going to go to that now? Are they going to say game drop 2024-01, 2024-02? Are they going to just call it game drop 1, great game drop 2, or are they going to carry on with the numbers? They didn't actually clarify that about how this is going to work in terms of numbering, so we've got to find that out yet. But there is one good thing with the way they're doing it now is we'll have more content to talk about rather than once a year.
That is a good thing.
Rather than once a year and then talking about the snapshots for months on end.
Yeah. Hang on, I gotta say, Aubni saying this in live chat. By the way, I'm gonna hide so many creaking hearts in your base duds. Aubni, do you remember the last time you hit a bunch of cats in my base to try to get me, and then you didn't realize I just turned friendly sounds off? So I never knew you hit. I'm just gonna sleep. I'm just gonna sleep, and there will be no creaking around my base. So, I'm AFKing all the time on the Create server all day today, and I was still sleeping.
Nice. But yeah, I think that's everything from Minecraft Live. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to cover on that, and we are coming up to about an hour now. So, patrons, we will be on the Withering Effect servers, the Withering Effect Discord for the post show about 5 or 10 minutes after we finish this show, where we'll talk some more about stuff that we've definitely not planned. We might talk about the polls actually from last episode, because they're not that, for the show, and I didn't have time to get them together because of all of our technical difficulties. So thank you everyone for joining us for the live stream that Duds didn't know was happening apparently.
Yep.
Classic. But yeah, do you want to read out the old script there, Duds?
Yeah. I think that's going to do it for today's show. Before I have Carl read us out, I want to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who are supporting the show. Our milk level patrons are Aerington, Aubni, FragileRock, Jman, Loki, and the Meme Bug. If you too would like to get access to extra content and exclusive benefits, including our Minecraft server powered by Bisect Hosting, please consider joining at patreon.com/The Withering Effect.
If you like this show, you can share it with your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, rate and follow us so you never miss a future episode. Or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these helps the show reach more listeners. If you'd like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com, message us on X, or join our Discord, where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All those links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you by our digital producer Carl and myself. The amazing music you hear throughout the show was created by the one and only Decoy. Everyone's social media info can be found in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for getting withered with us. You should probably go drink your milk now. Bye.
See you guys.
I talk now, Carl.